my friends. It is me again. I've moved into my dining room because we have, in addition to our 4 children who I homeschool, so they're always here, we decided to get a brand new puppy. Not exactly sure what I was thinking when I said yes to that, but the kids are loving her. She's super cute. She's a little Australian Shepherd, but I'm not sleeping very much, and I'm so tired, and I forgot what that felt like because my youngest is 5. So I've moved into the dining room because I needed to get a break from that darling little puppy for a few minutes. So here I am. It's a little dark in here, but it's cozy. It's snowing outside where I am. Not sure where you are, but starting to feel like Christmas. What I wanted to show you guys tonight, I wanted to walk you through a couple of Usborne's books. If you've perused their website, you have probably seen that they have a lot of titles, over 2,000. And that can be really overwhelming when you really don't know the difference between them. And so what I want to do tonight is just take a few minutes and run you through a few of their most popular titles so that you can see the difference between them. Tonight I'll be talking about the peek inside, the look inside, the see inside, and then the difference between the lift the flap and the first lift the flap. So I'm going to go ahead and show you those right now. So the first thing we're going to start with is the look inside, see inside, and peek inside. Okay, so I'm going to lay these babies out, and then I'm going to turn this around to show you. Okay. All right, so I want to show you the size difference first and foremost. Let's just do this so you can see. Okay, so the peek inside would be obviously the smaller of the 3 books. It's geared towards the youngest in the age ranges. Goodness, I can't remember what they say these age ranges are, but I would say like 1.5 years and up. They're all board style books, meaning hardbound. This one has board pages, good for littler hands, less text, more pictures, and the flaps are bigger, easier to handle with less text. So this is just, there's a lot of peek inside books. I just happen to have the Bug Homes on me because I sold quite a few this last week. And so each page has some flaps on it. Not a lot of text, more pictures. So this would be your peek inside. The next would be the look inside. So you can see it's a little bit bigger than the peek insides, but smaller than the see insides. This would be for your next age group up. You'd be looking at more probably kindergarten and up. If your child isn't independent reading, you can sit and read to them. There will be more text, smaller text on this page. So you can see now we're getting a little more text with each flap. The font is a little bit smaller than the peek inside. Again, more, a little more text. Flaps are still pretty big for opening for the younger crowd. And again, there's lots of topics that go along with the look inside. I just happen to have this one on me right now. Then the next up would be see inside. We have lots of see inside books just because most of my children fall into the range of being in the category to read these style books. These are going to have a lot more flaps. The flaps are going to be smaller the text is going to be smaller and the content is going to be harder. So here you can see if I can do this with one hand. We start getting more information. This is a brand new book, so we haven't had a chance to really pull it apart, but just to give you an idea of the content. So you can kind of see the difference. Now the See Inside books, we have, oh gosh, I think I might almost have all of them. But there's lots of topics, how things work. See Inside a Museum, which is fun because kind of takes you through what a museum is all about. This one has quick links, and most of them do, where you're able to go here and pull up more information. But this is, it's full of a lot of rich information, and there is an activity book, I believe, that goes with it as well. But just to kind of show you the style and the way that it works. Here's one that would be for a little bit older children, but still in the form of See Inside with the flaps, atoms and molecules. Probably not something your kindergartner is going to want to dive into, but Usborne has a really nice way of throwing harder content into a fun package that makes it easier to learn, more engaging, and maybe makes it feel not quite as tedious as sitting down with a with a textbook. The pictures are bright, the flaps are fun to open. There's so much information packed into every single page. So let's see here. I think that's what I have. Okay, so that's what I have in front of me right now for the See Inside, but there's tons. There's the periodic table, so many other different types of books that I'll probably end up showing you tomorrow or another day. But then I wanted to show you the difference. Lift the Flap style is pretty much very, very similar to the See Inside. We have Lift the Flap Biology, which just came back in stock. My kids have really, really been enjoying this book. The colors are so vibrant and beautiful. They really like this page, The World of Plants. So just another fun way to learn a lot of information. And then Lift the Flap Grammar and Punctuation, which I just got yesterday, so I haven't even had a chance to really dive into it yet with my kids. But this will be good for my 10-year-old as we're working through, the basics of grammar. And these are all Lift the Flaps. I just haven't had a chance to open any of them yet. Okay, so those would be anything that was Lift the Flap like that is going to be very, very similar to our See Inside. They're pretty much identical in shape, size, font. You can even see they match up nicely. So on your bookshelf, they're pretty much going to look identical. Now, if you see any Lift the Flaps that say first Lift the Flaps, this is going to be different. You can see that they're smaller. They're still hardbound, but they are aimed more at the younger crowd. So this is Lift the Flap First Math, which I got for my 5-year-old for kindergarten this year, because we do homeschool. And so these have, obviously you can see, bigger font, less words, less information, more questions that you can ask your child and then go exploring together. See if I can get this open with one hand. That you can go exploring together through the book. So it really fosters engagement between you and your child when you are talking through the questions, and you can make something that maybe might be a fight with your child into something more like we're just going to sit down and have a little bit of reading time together. So that's the difference between first Lift the Flaps and just the regular Lift the Flaps. So this is Seasons and Weather. Again, it's set up in the format of you can ask questions, lift the flaps in the big picture to find apples, blackberries, pumpkin, a squirrel, maple, keys. It's interesting. And so you can go exploring then, looking for those items, and then talking about it. Talk about what the season of fall is all about and what that means. And then we've got winter, changing weather, seasonal changes, so you can talk about things that happen to go along with the change of season. So that's just to show you the difference between the regular Lift the Flaps and these first Lift the Flaps, where the content is just a little bit more aimed at the smaller crowd. So that is what I wanted to share with you right now, and there will be more coming shortly. I have so many books. Every time I do this, I wish that I could just invite everyone into my home and lay out all the books I have and show you. But it is COVID year, and we just have to make the best of it. So the best I have right now is to just spend a little bit of time with you over social media, showing you what I have. If you ever have any questions or you want to see a specific title, just ask. I will probably have it, but if I don't, I will help you find it so that you can look online and see what it's all about, because I would never want anyone to purchase a book that they didn't feel comfortable buying and that they weren't excited about. And usually that includes being able to see what it looks like inside. I think we all remember the days of walking around the bookstore and just flipping through pages before you decide if you want to buy something. And in this world of Amazon and online shopping, especially in these days of COVID where we're social distancing, it just isn't the same. And so whatever I can do to make that easier, I would be happy to. So hopefully this was helpful to you, and there'll be more videos coming from me later. All right, take care, bye.